Hi guys, it's been a while since I did a grow tent tour. I really needed to do one, but I've just been so busy with work and other things. A lot has changed, actually, including the tent. From my previous videos, you'll know I had a 4 foot by 4 foot by 6 foot 6 high tent as my main tent, and then a smaller one that I kept my seedlings in that was half the size and slightly shorter. Well, let me flip you around and you will. I've now got this one that takes up most of the room. This is a bud box tent. It is 8 foot wide by 4 foot back by just over 7 foot tall. So I can now, I will get in and I will turn you around. I can now easily fit in here, and it is just so much nicer being able to get near the plants, and I've still got plants growing on top of plants and so on, but nowhere near to the extent that I was with the two smaller tents. This is quite full already with the plants, but there are a couple of trays of stuff that I'll be selling and so on, so it will get emptier. I like having the space now with these. So, and we'll just have a very quick look over, and then we'll pick out some bits that, you know, new bits that have really come on since the last video, because it's been a little while now. I think actually I didn't even have the flowers in here at that point, so I've got a couple of plants in flower. So yeah, a lot of changes. Right, we'll go over. So this is the Raja Veitchii we've had in my previous videos. Absolutely one of my favorite plants in here. It's just a lovely red orange, really nice sized pictures, and it's got two lovely basils, of which one, the leaf you can see at the back there, is starting to get huge now, and it's putting out already decent sized pictures that are bigger than some of my other plants. We'll move round. This is the Veitchii Cross Mollis. I know Mark is regretting selling this one to me last year. It is absolutely stunning. That tall peristome is a really nice feature. I love that. I'm just hoping I can get a basil off it so that it can go back to Mark, but we will see. Let's hope it carries on. The Babigiae that I was having issues with a couple of videos ago, that now seems to sort itself out. That got damaged while it was growing, but other than that, it looks like the leaves are now starting to get a lot better. You can see they're a lot greener than the previous few, and that was a light issue. I thought it was a good distance from the light. I had the Mars Hydro TS1000 turned up to 75% and now at 50. Obviously it's in a different tent as well, so it's a different distance, so I might have to move it around again and see, but at the moment it's looking good. I'll show you, this isn't a plant I show very often, but I've got an Ampullaria green. Really nice. I know people say you're plain, but I quite like them. And there is the sort of basil rosette of pictures that they have. They're really coming on. It only had a few when I got it. Let's have a look. We have got, I think this might have been new since the last video. This is a Christian Klein Clippiata. It's got a little basil on there as well, and that's doing really well. Probably better than the actual Borneo exotic ones, but everything at the moment, because this tent is still relatively new, it was only put up about 2.5-3 weeks ago, everything is sort of, it's finding its feet again. It's some bits are stropping a little bit and some are really loving it and so on. So we're gonna have to find happy places for the plants in this tent again. There are a couple of problem children in here that in the previous tent I had to move around 4 or 5 times to find them a spot that they liked, and I'm sure we'll have to do the same again in here. So it will be 6 months of, you know, 6 months of just testing stuff out and getting everything right. Right, we have then got Pavilii here. That has settled in nicely. You can see the older leaves from when it was shipping. We've got the Burb Eddie. That's put a new picture out since last time. Mammoth. Mammoth is doing really nicely. The basil that I showed in a couple of videos ago has got really big now. So, and actually the picture on the bottom of this one is very fat. But then some of the pictures on the parent, really hoping that it'll flower soon. That'd be nice. Miranda, not bad for a £20 eBay buy. Just continuously puts out picture after picture after picture. Huge leaves now, absolutely massive. One of my orchids in here, that is Pereira Variceo. I think I pronounced that right, I don't really know, but that's how it looks on paper, and that has taken 2 years to flower. That's finally flowered. The Baikal Karata. How you cannot love those fangs, I do not know. Let's see if that'll focus in on that. And this actually has a new picture coming. I'm hoping for same sort of size, maybe a little bit bigger. These are really sticky pictures as well. That stuff. One second, let me see if I can show you just. Oh, it don't really show on the camera. It's just like syrup. It is really sticky. Then we'll go round the big Burb Veitchii in the corner here. This is one of my biggest plants, and that's the one you've seen the pictures a few times in my previous videos. So as I said, we actually have a couple of flowers in the tent. You know, this is my big Veitchii 3734, the one with the plain green peristome, as people would call it. I really like it. It's got two really nice basils on it. Doing really well. The large, like the big plant, since it flowered, has gone quite yellow in its leaves, but it has also had a repot. It's flowering, and actually the new leaf looks okay. So I'll judge it on that one. We have got what me and Andy call Ugly Duckling. This one comes out as very plain and boring, and then it somehow turns into that within a few days. We have got, this is a new plant since the last time I did a video. This is Spectabilis Pangulaboa. It's very different to all my other specs. Very dark in its picture, a bit more laid back, and the peristome is a bit more warped in comparison. My little Albo Marginata tray. So I find the red, that one's going over, but the red really seems to like a high humidity, which my tent doesn't offer. So the lids are always a little bit curled, unfortunately, but it's growing nicely. The grey is a little bit more tolerant, and that is holding, I think, 9 pictures at the moment. It's doing really well. And then the little green, growing really nicely. What have we got on the second shelf? Oh, this is this was the one that was in my second tent, which is believed to be Gothica. It has got a 7-foot vine on it, nearly 8 foot now, and it has finally put out a little basil shoot. Took its sweet time. We have got here, this is a Mark Griffin cross. This is Veitchii cross Burb cross Platy. Very nice picture, and I'll show you the other one of those actually while I'm doing it, because They look very different, the two of them. They're both very striped, but one is a lot different in its colours. So that's a lot more sort of purpley browns in the stripes rather than the reds of the one higher up. We've got little Burb Aristolochoides coming out. These are Rob Martyrs. So 2 pictures there, a couple around that side. This is a plant that has been battling against mites the entire time I've had it. I'll get rid of them and then they'll come back. It'll grow a couple of nice leaves and then it'll grow these again. And I spray and they go and then get them back again. It's just one of those plants, but the pictures look nice. And yeah, we'll continue to persevere and try and get rid of them. I've got to get this whole plant out to show you. So this is another new one. This is Rob Cantley. Now, I was never that bothered by it, but look how tubby and fat that picture on there is. I got this off of Mark Griffin, and he said it's from the initial Borneo Exotic release, from their Queen of Spades King of Hearts, whichever way round, release that they did. And it's putting on a nice picture there. It's just an absolute stunner. The shape of that peristome is just gorgeous. I really love the way it sits back. So I feel like I didn't have a massive need for one of these until I got it. And now, I absolutely love the plant. So whether I'd have been as impressed by a different cross of it, a different clone of it, I do not know. But this one, particularly at how fat that is, I really love it. This was another new plant. This is Veitchii cross Burbigiae EP. Now I've got 2 of the Borneo Exotic ones, the big one in the corner I just showed you, and another one that you'll see. And this one is a female. And yeah, they just seem really, really super striped, so that's always nice to have. We've got Truncata alba. Now this had a massive, massive leaf jump, and it's putting out another big leaf there, but it's put out a really nice size picture there at the back. That thing is huge, so really happy with the way that's doing. We've got Maxima cross Vogelii. This is a really nice picture. I really like this. It's a bit different to, I really like squat tubby pictures, as you probably gathered from my from what I keep, and also just in general with what I say in the videos. I like undulatifolia, stuff like that. It's really short and tubby, and that's completely opposite, but I absolutely love it. The striping, the colour of the body, absolutely lovely. We've got a new Burb campanulata at the back there. This plant, it was in decline. The leaves would just get smaller each time, and so I gave it a repot, and as you can see, the size in the leaves, in those last 3 leaves since the repot, that is a huge difference. Massive difference. So the plant will tell you if there's something wrong. And to be honest, look at the pot first, like see if how long ago was it potted. When I repot stuff, I try and pop a date on the back of the tag so I know how long it's been in there. So yeah, just see if it needs a repot and a refresh, revitalize it a little bit. We have got, this is Viking cross Ampullaria Black Miracle. So this one, the pictures, I've got a regular Viking cross regular Ampullaria. This is the Ampullaria Black Miracle, but this just vary a lot from picture to picture. So that one, lots and lots of sort of greeny yellows in it. This one, pretty much dark all the way around and just one little stripe. Some are redder, so yeah, they vary quite a lot. We have got lots of seedlings. I won't take you through them all, but they're all doing really, really well. These ones are looking really nice. These are Viking cross Ampullaria cross Viking cross Ampullaria Black Miracle. So that is, yeah, it is going to be really, really nice. Already showing good colours. This was the other Bird Beachy, the other Borneo exotic one. So this one, it's got some black sooty mould, but you can see it stays that sort of colour with the stripes showing nicely. The other big one that I showed you over here, it bronzes up, as you can see, as it ages. You can see the picture through the back there. So they're both very different, and very different to the EP one. Oh, I almost missed out showing this. So this is Veitchii cross Lowii cross Rob Cantley. I will get the plant out because I want to show you the aged picture. This picture has only been out probably about 3 or 4 days now. And look at that. That's stunning, isn't it? So, when that came out, that looked like it was just green with one stripe. And just over the last couple of days, you can see it's putting more and more in, and then it will darken up and it will look a bit like the one on the back. Really, really nice. We've got little Borneo exotic tenuous. Plant is growing really, really nicely. Really happy with that. Yeah, they all the plants so far seem to have taken the move to the new temp fairly well. None of them seem to be sulking too much. We have got the LVB cross VMV. This is the third Grex, and they stay really, really red, and not one of my favourites actually. So I don't know. We'll see. Might have to consider moving them on. Veitchii 3734s from Borneo Exotics. These were little plants a couple of years ago from Scott Coniferous, and they've grown really, really nicely. And the 2 striped ones are looking absolutely stunning. Really happy with those. And even the one that we knew was sold as a plain green, and it goes really nice and gold. So doing really nicely they are. Little Spectabilis cross tenuous at the front here. Just does its own thing, sits there and just keeps putting picture after picture. And it seems to hold quite a few as well. We have got the big Rob Cantley cross Sibuyanensis. It's just sitting on the floor at the moment. I think, unfortunately, this plant is either going to have the chop, or it's going to have to be moved on to somewhere with a bit more growth space. I have got another Rob Sib, so I can't keep loads. It's a shame because it's putting out some really nice big pictures, so I don't really want to lose it, but there's only so much I can keep in my small grow space. We'll see. Right, we are down to the 3rd shelf, and this is my other plant that is flowering. This is the Mantalinga janensis. As you'll notice, both plants that are flowering are male. I was really hoping I could cross the two, but not to be. But at least we know it is a male now. I'll get the picture out. It's an old picture, so it's darkening off. What I like is they seem to get what I call the Harlequin effect here, where we get red and black together when they die off. I really like that. So a couple of years ago, I bought 2 Veitchii cross Mirror cross Burb Eddies, and I bought 3, and all 3 of them have turned out completely different. I know Andy, Nepenthes, and I know he got one as well, and his looks completely different to all 3 of mine again. So this is one of them. This one's going over now, but this is my favourite of the 3 and one of my favourite pictures in the tent. I didn't like it to start with, but now that fade from the red to the yellow inside it keeps it like that. I just absolutely love that. All 3 plants have basils as well, so that's good. We have got lovely little burb. This one, when it comes out, is really, really red striped with a light peristome in it. It darkens up like that all the way over. We have got a few Drosera still. They were in the smaller tent with my seedlings. They are now here. Might look at moving them on. I don't know. They just, to be honest, they cause no issue other than the space they take up. They just sit there and just need the water topping up. They barely need any attention other than that. All right, so I found at least. I'm growing some palm trees because I am into my tropical garden. So these are Bismarckia nobilis, the Bismarck palm. Really, really nice. There are a couple I know that have got roots coming out, so hopefully they'll sprout soon. Some papaya trees, some begonia luxurians that are grown from seed. And then I really am into my Titanarums and other Amorphophallus, but we've got 5 Amorphophallus titanum growing there, and then some Pinifolius and Gigas as well. So yeah, some really nice ones coming through. Right, back to the pitch plants. We have got a couple of little jambans. I know this is one of Andy's favourites in my collection, so let me get this out and give it the respect it deserves. This is Sibuyanensis cross Veitchii cross Lowii. Let me just move that. There we go. I mean, it is a stunner. I absolutely love this. Very, very different to his one that he's got the basil for me, which I cannot wait to add to the collection. But this one just refuses the basil at the moment. I would have loved to swap a basil of this for a basil of his. So hopefully it'll basil at some point. Right, what else have we got here? Nothing really brilliant. I mean, largest pictures we've had of Raja cross peltata at the moment. Paloenensis are looking really nice. This one is a really dark one. So yeah, they're looking good. That is the latest Veitchii cross Platykyla cross Veitchii Candy Dreams. The actual Candy Dreams, not these imposters that a lot of people are using. Must admit, they're not doing too much for me at the moment. There's 3 of them there. These 3 here, and they're not doing too much for me. I mean, that latest one is nice and striped, but I expected a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see as they age. I know they change quite a lot, so still got hope. We have got a new Raja Veitchii. This is a striped one that I picked up off Ollie at Scotland Carnivorous, at a meetup, carnivorous plant meetup, a couple of months ago, or a month ago, maybe. Yeah, a month ago. A lot has happened in the last month. We've got Enigma. I know it's not Enigma. I can't remember what one that everyone says it is, but that's the Borneo Exotics Enigma. Couple of seed-grown sibs. That one and the one behind. We have got a couple of other tenuous. So we have got the Andy Smith clone. There. Really, really delicate. Very, very different to the Borneo Exotic one. It doesn't really darken up as much. And then we've got a seed-grown one just behind. You can see, I believe this is the same as the one that Andy has got in his collection that he showed in his previous video. So hopefully mine will get bigger and darken up like his has. If not, it might be a thing for light that I might have to change the light in a little bit. I've got to get this one out to show you. This is Sibuyanensis cross Attenborii. I've got 2 of these, but this one, they come out stripy. Yeah, I know it looks like they're really, really wet, but they only got watered yesterday, so they'll dry out over the next couple of days, and that's everything. Yeah, it's looking a little bit wetter than it normally would. We've got a couple of Vogellii here, Vogellii ventricosa. Then we've got here, can you see it just there? That is Trismardiensis cross Burbigiae, and that one there is Trismardiensis cross Rocantlii. Both are doing really nice leaf jumps. We have got, this is Rob Cantlii cross Spectabilis cross Aristolochioides. Now this is the one that I always say is underrated. About 15 quid for a nice sized plant. This, this, I've had this a little while and it is growing, and it has grown a lot, but you can get one of them and they're absolutely stunning. They come out really nicely, nice fat, tubby, stripy. I mean, what else could you want from one? We've got a Vici cross Loei cross Burb Eddy. This one is staying flared, so much hope for that when that gets bigger. Now you notice this one needs a light. We're still in the process, like I say, of getting this tent perfect. It's the only shelf that's missing a light at the moment, but the lights above are fairly strong, so I'm hoping they'll be all right for the time being. This is the Platycross Rob. This plant has just, well, it's just taken off, absolutely taken off. And that is the new pitch that opened a few days back. A couple of truncatas, and then a Raja tenuis. Got Peltata cross Vici cross Loei. This thing is very, very striped. Produces really, really nice pictures. Then we've got little Argentii down here. Really nice long tendrils on those. Very delicate plants. Nice little tray of Attenborii. This is a new addition. This is a tenuis cross Harryana. I'm very, very excited for that. We've also got a Raja cross Loei. Now that thing has really taken off since I got it off Ollie. And that was about a month ago. The Velosas are still looking pretty good, actually growing. The Westuba Velosa, still looking good, but it dropped all its pictures when I changed the tent. It is stropping. It's definitely stropping, but it's looking okay at the moment. These are a lot of the older seedlings, some of the first ones I grew. They're all doing pretty good. Pretty happy with those. I have actually just watched Andy's video, and I did hear him mention about this one, so it'd be rude not to get one of them out. This is the Pultra cross Peltata. You'll notice it's the one plant in my collection that I have that's bigger than Andy's version of it. So there you go. I've got 3 of these, and they only got potted on recently, but they're showing a lot of potential. I really do like them. It's not a cross I was going to bother with, if I'm honest, because I'm not the biggest fan of Pultra, but these are looking nice. So it's that one there, and the one in the corner. So they're all doing well, which is good, because I think Andy mentioned he thought there were 6, but I think there are only actually 5. He's got one. Mark, who made the cross, has got one, and then I somehow managed to get 3 out of 12 seeds, which weren't too bad. Right, we've got Ephipiata. This is produced 2 leaves and is producing its 3rd in my care. So it's looking okay. The initial leaves are looking a little bit yellow, but the newer ones are looking a lot better. Then we've got Babigier cross Harryana and Burb cross Loei. Some big hitters have come into the collection since. I'm just hoping we can keep these alive and keep them, going. We've got a couple of Ventricosa cross Attenborii. That one is looking really nice and striped. They took a little while to settle in, actually, which I'm surprised about with the Ventricosa, but as soon as they did, then the Ventricosa shone through, and they've just not stopped. They've just really, really gone. We have got lots of cuttings. We've got cuttings of, greenhouse ones like Louisa and Gaia and stuff like that. Then there's a few that are Spaff Jacqueline from EP. There's, I think, one of the Enigmas. There's a few bits in here. A few little bits, and then there's some that aren't cuttings as well. More cuttings there, and these are all sale plants here. These are all the plants that don't tickle my pickle anymore, or they're cuttings, or they're just ones that I would keep if I had a massive greenhouse, but I don't. So I have to be a little bit brutal with some plants and say, well, actually I'd prefer to keep this rather than this one. So unfortunately these are the ones that are to go. And then the last little shelf, we've got a couple of jewel orchids on there, and we've got the big Rob Cross Veitchii, and there we go. So that's the plants. I'll just sort of show you the setup a little bit. So we went with 5 fans in here. We've got the monkey jardin ones, I think they're called. Some of what I had in the previous tents, and now I've bought a new oscillating one at the top. So we've got one down the bottom left there. We've got one bottom right, one top left there, one top right there, and then the oscillating one there. So when they come on, it moves the air around nicely. They are programmed to come on for 15 minutes every 2 hours, a bit like the previous tent. I've not had any issues with moisture staying on the sides of the tent yet, so I'm thinking it's enough. If we do get any issues with that or any issues with mold, then I will increase it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it is all about getting the balance right and the plants in the right place and so on, because when you do have a tent like this and you've got lights that kick out a bit of heat, you do naturally have spots in the tent like the top that are hotter. Different plants like different light as well, so I learned that the burb doesn't like strong light, so I'm just going to have to tailor it all again and just get everything in the right space for where it wants to be, and that will take a little bit of time. But at the moment most things are looking like they're not minding where they are, so we'll just have to deal with problems as they come along. Lighting wise, so not too dissimilar to the lights I already had. I used a lot of them in here again, but I did buy another Mars Hydro TS1000. I only had one in the previous, but we've got 2 in here because it is a tall tent and it is a big space. If I move back a little bit, you can then see. So they're angled at the plants like that, so a good distance away still, but they are strong. They're only on 50% and I don't dare put them higher, so I don't want to damage them. And then the T5s from Sunblaster underneath. Now they are all regular T5 Sunblaster bulbs except for one which I swapped out to an LED. I don't know which one, it's that one there. And I have found actually the LED puts out better light, so I will in time replace all of these bulbs, I think, to those. But obviously cost, and at the moment everything is still growing okay with them. And then just outside the tent we have still got a few on the windowsill. So we've got Rebecca Soper, which started everything off. We've got Mixter, which is just producing ridiculously big upper pictures. Another one coming there. And then Bloody Mary, Gaia, Ventrata, and that's the windowsill. There you go, there's my tropical style garden. It is very windy today. And so there we go. I hope you don't mind listening to me waffle on for 35 minutes. And I will do a better tour video, but I just wanted to show the new tent and get the plants, get some of the bits that are standing out to me at the moment on the video, because it has been a while since I did an update. Thank you for listening to me if you've got to the end, and I will try and get better at making more videos. Speak to you soon. Bye.